Hi friends, in today's session we are going to learn about oxidation, reduction and oxidation number. Then what are the rules to find the oxidation number? So all these concepts will come in the topic or redox reactions. The topic name is redox reactions. So this is the first year topic. So before coming to the what is the redox reaction, you need to learn the two concepts, that is oxidation and reduction. Let us see what is this oxidation and reduction. So put the one side is oxidation, other side is reduction. Reduction. See here, what is the oxidation? The name itself indicates oxygen addition, oxidation. So addition of oxygen is called oxidation. So the definition of reduction is completely opposite to the oxidation. Here, if it is addition, this side reduction is removal of oxygen. So removal of oxygen, instead of writing oxygen, you can write the more electronegative atom here. So En indicates here electronegative atom. Removal of oxygen or removal of electronegative atom. Okay, next coming to the with respect to hydrogen's definitions. So here removal of hydrogens or electropositive atom, that is oxidation. Here addition of hydrogens or addition of electropositive atom, so that is reduction. So now coming to the third point, it is very important. This is the modern concept, electronic concept. So third point has the many applications, objective applications. So give the more importance to the third point. So what is the third point? That is electronic concept with respect to electrons. So loss of electrons is called oxidation. So here gain of electrons is called reduction. So fourth point is you will come to know you get the more clarity fourth point after discussion of oxidation number. So oxidation is increase in oxidation number, increase in oxidation number. So that is oxidation. So decrease in oxidation number. Okay, so you get the more clarity by taking one example. See here. So take the one reaction. So before discussing this example, there are two terms. What is oxidizing agent and reducing agent? So oxidizing agent. The other name is oxidant. So what is oxidizing agent? The compound itself undergo reduction, that is called oxidizing agent. So compound or element that itself undergoes reduction, that is oxidizing agent. So what is one more term? What is reducing agent? So reducing agent or reductant. So the compound itself undergoes oxidation, that is called reducing agent. So compound here, compound element that itself undergoes oxidation. So that is reduction. Okay, so no need to confuse here, very simple and easy. So what is oxidant? Compound itself undergoes reduction is called oxidant. So what is reductant? Compound itself undergoes oxidation, that is called reductant. So you get the more clarity by taking one example. So take this example here. So you can use this reaction in metallurgy, extraction of iron from its ore by using aluminium in aluminum thermite process. So here aluminum can display the iron, it form Al2O3 plus Fe. Okay, balance this reaction, here 2Fe and 2Al. So if you observe this reaction, so compare this side here Fe, this side Fe. So if you compare the reactants and product side, here Fe loses the oxygens. So Fe lose the oxygens. So loss of oxygen is called reduction. Here if you compare the aluminum, this side, here you may observe, so addition of oxygen, here gain of oxygen takes place, that is called oxidation. So between these two reactants, Fe2O3Al, Al undergoes oxidation. So here Al undergoes oxidation, that's why Al is reducing agent. Ra means here reducing agent. Whereas Fe2O3 undergoes reduction, that's why Fe2O3 is called oxidizing agent. So OA. So take one more example. So H2 react with O2 to form H2O. So this is a well-known reaction. So balance this equation to H2O. So H2, if you compare here H and here H, so addition of oxygens takes place. That's why, so this comes under oxidation. So H2 undergoes oxidation. Okay, when you compare with O2, so when you compare the oxygens in both sides, reactants and product side, then gain of hydrogens. Here with oxygen, no hydrogen. Here with oxygen, hydrogens are there. So gain of hydrogens. Then gain of hydrogen is called reduction. So here H2 undergoes oxidation. That's why H2 is called reducing agent. Whereas O2 undergoes reduction. That is the reason O2 is called oxidizing agent. Okay. So these are the definitions, introduction part of what is oxidation, reduction, oxidizing agent, and the reducing agent. With respect to electrons, take one more example, third example. Sodium gaseous state react with the chlorine Cl2 to form sodium chloride. This is solid, this is gas, and this is solid. So 2Na, it is 2NaCl. So sodium here 0 state, Cl2 also 0. Here sodium is what is the charge in NaCl chemical formula. In NaCl is the ionic compound. So how the ionic bond is formed between sodium and chlorine? By transfer of electrons from sodium to chlorine. As a result, it forms Na plus and Cl minus. +1. Sodium has the +1 charge, Cl has the -1 charge. So compare the sodium, both sides, reactant side, product side. Sodium 0 to +1. So loss of electrons, plus means loss of electrons, cation. This is oxidation. With respect to electrons, oxidation. Cl from 0 to -1, gain of electrons, that is called reduction. So here sodium undergoes oxidation, that's why sodium is the reducing agent. So the alkali metals are strongest reducing agent. They are present extremely left side to the periodic table. Whereas halogens are strongest oxidizing agent. They are present extremely right side to the periodic table. So this is about oxidation reduction and the oxidizing agent, reducing agent. Now come to the oxidation number, very important. You can expect the question in NEET and IIT exams. See the oxidation number. So what is oxidation number or oxidation state? Both are same only. So oxidation state. So what is this oxidation number or oxidation state? So for example, if you take the water molecule, in water molecule, two hydrogens are there. The two hydrogens are bonded with oxygen. Between oxygen and hydrogen, which one has more electronegativity? So oxygen. As a result, because of high electronegativity of oxygen, oxygen get the partial negative charge, hydrogen get the partial positive charge. Here also, hydrogen get the partial positive charge, here partial negative charge. Okay. So based on difference in electronegativities, so you may guess which atom has the negative charge, which atom has the positive charge. So if you take the water molecule, then remove the hydrogen as H plus. So when you remove the H as H plus, here what is the possible negative charge appear? -1. Again remove the one more, break this bond and remove the H as H plus. Why only H plus? Why can't it be H minus? Because here hydrogen has the less electronegativity. Okay, for example, sodium hydrogen. Here we cannot remove the hydrogen as H plus. Here H minus. Then what is the possible charge appear on the sodium? +1. Okay, so based on electronegativities, we can identify whether it is H plus or H minus. Okay, here in the water molecule, if you remove the second hydrogen as H plus, because H is the less electronegtivity, then the possible charge appear on the oxygen is one more -1. So total, what is the charge here? Oxygen get the -2 charge when you remove the two hydrogens attached to it. This -2 is called oxidation number or oxidation state. Then what is the definition of oxidation number? So it is the charge appear of an atom in a molecule when all the atoms attached to it removed in the form of their ions. See here, -2 is the charge appear on the oxygen of water molecule when the two hydrogens are attached to it removed in the form of H plus, in the form of their ions. That is called oxidation number or oxidation state. For example, sodium hydride. So what is the oxidation state of sodium? +1. When you remove the hydrogen as H minus attached to it, then the possible charge appear on the sodium is +1. So that is oxidation number. So take one more example, you get the more clarity. HCl. So between these two, Cl has the negative charge and the H is the positive charge. When you remove if you want chlorine oxidation state, then remove the H as H plus. Then Cl is the -1. So this -1 is the oxidation number or oxidation state. No sir, I want to remove the, for example, if you want to find the oxidation state of hydrogen, then remove the Cl as Cl minus. Then H is +1. That is its oxidation state. Okay, OS means oxidation state or oxidation number. So there is a small difference between oxidation number and valency. For example, if anybody asks the question, what is the valency of sodium? That is 1. Answer is 1. Oxidation number of sodium. So what is the oxidation number of sodium? +1. So when you write the valency with the charge, that is called oxidation number. So what is the difference between these two? So this is valency and this is oxidation number. So the difference is only charge, sign difference. Okay, so what is the valency? Valency is the combining capacity of an atom. That is not that doesn't possess any charge. That is called valency. Valency is the combining capacity. Sodium can combine with one hydrogen. That's why its valency is 1. So what is the oxidation number? That is the charge, loss of electrons or gain of electron. That is called oxidation number. So this is the oxidation number. Once again, I'm repeating definition. What is the oxidation number? It is the charge appear an atom of a molecule when all the atoms attached to it removed in the form of their ions. That is oxidation number. Now see the rules to find out the oxidation number. Very important for objective test. So rules to calculate the oxidation number. Oxidation number or oxidation state, both are same. Okay, so from this point onwards, so OS, the short form, I want to use the OS short form for the oxidation number. And OS denotes the oxidation state or oxidation state or oxidation number. You see the rules here. The first rule, so we have to learn these rules to find the oxidation number. Okay, these are the first rule is the oxidation number, oxidation state of an atom in elementary state is 0. So very important. So this is very important, elementary state. So what is the meaning of elementary state of a atom or molecule? The naturally existing stable state is called elementary state. For example, if you take the oxygen gas in atmosphere, so what is the stable form, elementary form of oxygen? What is the natural existence form of oxygen? O2, not O2. Like in the same way, nitrogen. So how does the nitrogen exist in the atmosphere? Like N2 molecule, in the form of N2 molecules. That is a stable state. That is called elementary state. So naturally obtained state, that is naturally existing state, that is elementary state. Take the ozone, O3, phosphorus, P4, chlorine gas, Cl2, Br2, next He2, like sulfur, S8. These all are elementary states. So in elementary states, the oxidation state of an atom, for example, the oxidation state of oxygen in O2 is 0. The oxidation state of chlorine in Cl2 is 0. So like that you can find it. So you may get the doubt, sir, why it is 0? So that is the rule like that. But you get the doubt, sir, why it is 0? The oxidation state, why it is 0? For example, if you take the Cl2, I want oxidation state of Cl in Cl2. So Cl2, there is in Cl2 molecule, there is a covalent bond between two Cl atoms. Okay, so both have the same electronegativity. So they equally share this electron pair. So this electron pair situated exactly at the mid position of two chlorine atoms. So there is no gain of electron, there is no loss of electrons. If there is no gain, there is no loss. How can you remove these chlorine? You cannot remove the chlorines. Then there is no charge appear on these two chlorine. This is a non-polar molecule. So this chlorine contribution towards this one electron, this also one electron. So they equally share this electron pair and they are present at the exactly mid position. So as a result, it has a zero charge. That is the reason equal sharing. The oxidation state of elements, oxidation state of an atom in the molecules or elementary state is 0. So there is no contribution of there is no contribution of charge toward this chlorine, and this chlorine also there is no contribution of charge. So there is no share, there is no gaining of electron, there is no losing of electron because both are similar atoms. Now come to the second one. The second rule is for hydrogen, the oxidation state of hydrogen, very important. If hydrogen is bonded with metals, so hydrogen can show the two different type of oxidation state. So with non-metals. So with metals and with non-metals. So when hydrogen, generally metal has the electropositive character, non-metal has the electronegative character. So when hydrogen is bonded with non-metals, hydrogen has to lose the electrons. That's why it can show the +1 oxidation state. So when the same hydrogen bonded with metals, then hydrogen can take the electrons from metals. As a result, it can form the -1 oxidation state. For example, here sodium hydride. Okay, so these compounds, if the hydrogen show the -1 oxidation state, that compounds are called hydrides. This is sodium hydride. Their H is -1. Calcium hydride, hydrolyth. The other name for CH2 is hydrolyth. So magnesium hydride, potassium hydride, like these metals examples. So take the one non-metal, nothing but like gases. Most of the P-block elements are non-metals. So HCl. Here Cl is -1, H is +1. So when the hydrogen is bonded with the non-metals, hydrogen has to lose the electrons because non-metals have the high electronegativity. Like in the same way, HBr, NH3, like this, H2S. So these are the non-metals. So hydrogen can show the two types of oxidation state, +1 and -1. So if the central atom is metal, H is -1. The central atom is in a molecule that is non-metal, then hydrogen shows the +1 oxidation state. This is the second one. Then come to the third one. Generally, alkali metal shows the +1 oxidation state, whereas alkali earth metal can show the +2 oxidation state. So alkali metal shows alkali metals like lithium, sodium, potassium, rubidium, cesium, francium. These are alkali metals. Shows +1 oxidation state. Whereas alkali earth metals, alkali earth metals shows +2 oxidation state. So alkali metal shows +1, alkaline earth metal shows +2 oxidation state. Here take the examples, some examples. Sodium, so what is the charge? +1. Potassium +1. Cesium +1. Here examples: calcium +2, magnesium +2. Because alkali metals, by loss of one electron, they complete the octet configuration. They get the noble gas configuration. That's why they can show the +1. Whereas alkali earth metals +2, by loss of 2 electrons, they get the stable configurations. So this is the third rule. Now come to the fourth rule. Generally, metals show the +1 oxidation state. Generally, metals show the positive oxidation state, whereas non-metals show the negative oxidation state. But I don't want to write this as a rule. Now come to the fourth rule. So it is very important. If you take the oxygen, oxidation state of oxygen, oxidation state of oxygen, it's very important. So it can show the total 4 types of oxidation states and different compounds. So generally in normal oxides, so oxides, peroxides, superoxides, one more compound O2F2, next compound is OF2. So these are the compounds, different compounds formed by the oxygen. In oxides, the oxidation state of oxygen is -2. Example, normal oxides, magnesium oxide, so calcium oxide. Examples. Now take the peroxides. In peroxides, what is the oxidation state of oxygen? So -1. So O2, it is very important. O2 -2 is called a peroxide ion. Peroxide ion. So for example, for 2 oxygens -2. For 1 oxygen, what is the charge? -1. That is only. So what is the, in O2 -2, there is a bond between between two O's, that is called peroxy bond. Here -1, here -1. Generally, oxygen show the oxygen. What is the oxide form? O-2. The valency of oxygen is 2, the oxidation number of oxygen is -2. Okay, so if you take oxygen individually, that is -2. But the same oxygen involved in the making of peroxy bond, this is called peroxy bond. This is peroxy bond. Then the oxygen oxidation state is -1, because this bond is formed between two similar atoms. When the bond between two similar atoms, so there is no charge contributions. That is the reason it can show the -1. Here also it can show the -1. So there is no -1 contribution towards from this oxygen, okay, towards this oxidation state. Okay, when the bond formed between two similar atoms, then the oxidation state with respect to each other is 0. Here -1, here -1. That is called peroxy bond. So here -1. Examples, tell me. Some examples. Potassium. Okay, I want to make the formula of potassium. Okay, sodium peroxide. So sodium Na+1. What the peroxide anion? O2 -2. Then crisscross the charges here. It form Na2O2. That is peroxide. Na2O2. Hydrogen peroxide He2O2. So these are the peroxides. So in peroxides, -1 oxidation state. In superoxides, -1/2. So what is a superoxide anion? O2 -1 is the superoxide anion. Superoxide ion. Examples here: potassium superoxide. So K plus O2 -1. Crisscross the charges, then we get the formula KO2, potassium superoxide. Okay, like we can write any formula, cesium superoxide, like that. Then here, these two compounds very important, because in these two compounds only oxygen show the positive oxidation state. So in this compound, in these compounds, the oxygen oxidation states are +1 and 2. So in O2F2, that is dioxygen difluoride, in this the oxygen oxidation state is +1. Okay, oxygen difluoride, in this the oxidation state is +2. So in these two compounds only oxygen can show the positive oxidation state. So what is the reason? Because fluorine is the among all periodic table elements, fluorine has the highest electronegativity. So there is no atom there to take the electrons from fluorine, because fluorine is the highest electronegativity. The second highest is oxygen. So when the oxygen bonded with the fluorine, then oxygen has to lose the electrons. As a result, oxygen can form the positive oxidation states. In these fluorides, these are called fluorides. These two compounds are not called oxides, they are called fluorides. So this is the information about oxidation state of oxygen. It's very important. So this is the fourth rule. Now come to the fifth rule. So if we take the monoatomic ion, so for monoatomic ions, its a charge is, their charge is nothing but their oxidation state. Its charge is oxidation state. So their charge is nothing but their oxidation state. So for example, take the Na plus. This is monoatomic ion, single atom, sodium. So what is the oxidation state of Na plus? +1. What is the charge of Na plus? +1. So their charge nothing but their oxidation state. So Ca +2 oxidation state. Next take the potassium K +1. N-3, the oxidation state is -3. In case of monoatomic ions, then take the polyatomic ions. So for polyatomic ions, the sum of oxidation states is equal to the sum of oxidation states of all atoms is equal to its charge. For example, if you take the NH4 plus or SO4 minus 2, SO4 minus 2, NO3 minus 1. Here, the sum of oxidation states of one nitrogen, 3 oxygens is equal to minus 1. Here minus 2, here plus 1. So this is the for polyatomic ions, because it is more than one. These are cations or anions are formed by more than one atom. This is the rule. Now come to the seventh rule. So for neutral molecules, the sum of oxidation states of all atoms is equal to 0. Okay. For neutral molecules, for example, take the H2SO4. This is neutral molecule. There is no charge here. H3PO4, neutral molecule. There is not a cation, there is not anion. KMnO4, K2Cr2O7, all these are neutral molecules. Now come to the eighth point. The maximum oxidation state of an atom is equal to its group number. Or total number of valency electrons. Okay. So the maximum oxidation state of an atom does not exceed its group number. For example, nitrogen. So get the more clarity by taking example. Here nitrogen or phosphorus. Take the phosphorus. For phosphorus, what is the maximum oxidation state possible? Because phosphorus belongs to fifth group. We have to consider this group number in Roman numbers. 6th A, 7th A, like this. So phosphorus belongs to fifth group, 5th A. 5th means plus 5. Maximum state. Sulfur, 6th group. And next chlorine, plus 7. Okay. Magnesium, what is the maximum state? Plus 2. Chromium, so this is 6th B. 6th B means 6 plus 6. Otherwise, valency electron, sum of Ns and N-1d electrons. In chromium, so what is the chromium electronic configuration? Argon, so 3d5, 4s1. Sum of N-1d. For d black elements, we have to consider N-1d Nd electron. Ns and the N-1d electrons are the valency electrons. 1 plus 5, that is 6. Maximum state possible is 6. Otherwise, you can take the group number. So what is the group of chromium? 6th B. That's why it is plus 6. So these are maximum oxidation state. So the maximum oxidation state for the 8th point very. So more numericals are there. For objective very important for 8th point. So the maximum oxidation state of an atom is equal to group number. So the maximum oxidation state of an atom does not exceed its group number. So this is the 8th point. Now come to the minimum oxidation state. The minimum oxidation state of an atom is equal to, so group number minus 8, or number of valency electrons minus 8. So this is the formula minimum oxidation state. So for example, what is the nitrogen minimum oxidation state? So group number is 5 minus 8 minus 3 minimum. Sulfur, what is the minimum? 6 minus 8. Otherwise, you can take in sulfur, how many electron? Sulfur, what is the electronic configuration? 1s2, 2s2, or 2p6, 3s2, 3p4. So see here, valency electrons, total third shell valency shell. In third shell, valency shell, how many electrons are there? 6. 6 minus 8 minus 2. Okay, like in this way, take the phosphorus or chlorine. So for chlorine halogens, what are the state? Group number is 7. 7 minus 8 is minus 1. So this is the minimum oxidation state, that is maximum oxidation state. So for example, if anybody asks the question, sulfur plus 8 is possible or not? So not possible for sulfur. So phosphorus plus 7 is possible, because for phosphorus the maximum oxidation state is equal to group number, that is 5. So plus 5 is possible, plus 7 is not possible. Okay, like this. So for chromium plus 10, not possible. So plus 6 possible for the chromium. Sulfur plus 6 only. So these are the rules to find the oxidation numbers. So this is the total theory part, rules or introduction part of oxidation and reduction. So next part, I want to make the one more video, redox 2, that is completely numericals, complete object. In that class, I will discuss the total previous questions, total NEET and IIT, JEE previously given questions. So based on this rules, so don't miss that one. Thank you for watching.